can't lose. No, we can't lose.
Enjoy it while it lasts. Gambling gods, fickle bunch. Oh yeah, so easily
We
affected.
have a shooter and a good one coming out for a new point. Get your bets down, ladies and gentlemen. He's a rolling point is 9, place 9. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen.
They bet on absolutely anything. Don't make them prove it.
I tell you what, I'm gonna call Facebook and I'm gonna say, meet me in the Walgreens parking lot and I'm bringing my 44 Maggie.
You're tuned into Gambling with Good JuJu.
Welcome in, everybody, to Gambling with Good JuJu, the show where acting a fool is encouraged. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, check out our merch shop, and spread the word if you don't mind. You can find us on the socials at Good JuJu Bet, so hit us up there. Nothing we enjoy more than interacting with fans. We did it again.
We did it again?
We did it again. We have decided to introduce the cast of characters we keep around us on a week-to-week basis. And this week, we brought in one of the biggest caricatures of a human being we know. So in addition to Juice, Jolly, and myself, we have the owner of Washarama on Farmington Road here in Peoria. Also a degenerate like us who enjoys working on cars, watching his Celtics, and drinking free coffee at the Paradise. Thanks for joining us, Big Stevie.
It's good to be here.
Yeah. Round of applause real quick.
Dang it!
There we go.
Yeah, thank you, Stevie. All right, we aren't
You
here.
didn't plug my YouTube channel.
Oh, Cars Suck. We definitely need to plug his YouTube channel.
Carsuck.com?
Check
It's
out
actually www.carsuck.com
www.carssuck.com.
because I'm old.
You're old, so your wait, is this real? Your
That's his
YouTube page
YouTube. Yeah.
Yes.
is
My YouTube-
www.carssuck.com.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Right. But if you go to carsuck.com, it takes you to the YouTube page. Yeah.
Well, we aren't here to interview Stevie about his sports gambling like we did with Jay last week, because that's little to non-existent, correct?
That's right.
Yeah. However, he is a casino enthusiast, currently taking advantage of a sick promo that has all our attention. So let's run through real quick the agenda for today, including several VIP/rewards offers we've run across recently in the realm of sports and casino gaming. First, we're going to talk about Stevie's recent experience signing up for a Caesars Rewards card in the Quad Cities. For those of you not in the know, that's the 4 cities on the Illinois-Iowa border of the Mississippi River. Cool little area, similar to Peoria. We'll discuss the various offers we've received in the mail following our trip out to Vegas. Switching over to sports promos, Kurt got branded VIP on DK for 3 weeks. And lastly, while not a promo, Pete has gotten sucked into believing that Wong Teasers are a profitable strategy in the NFL still. So let's dive in, boys. We ready?
Let's do it.
Can't wait.
Big Stevie,
Yes, Breezy.
the king of car washes. Thank you for joining us.
I'm thrilled to finally be here.
For those not in the know, Stevie is our longtime friend, an almost uncle turned brother to RJ, and one of the original 4 in the greatest fantasy basketball league known to man, the North Florence Mafia. Now, Stevie came into all of our lives via RJ, who has known him since growing up 2 doors down from him as a kid. Stevie was a fresh-faced young adult in his first house, making friends with RJ's dad over cars, football, and a general desire to be outside more than inside.
And in garages.
And in garages.
In garages.
That friendship has continued with both Ed and Ryan to this day, and we've all benefited from having him in our lives. Now, our good friend RJ over here. You may not know this about him, but he is a dyed-in-the-wool townie. More so than Kurt, more so than Stevie, more so than myself.
Huh.
That's right. After spending his youth 2 doors down from Stevie, he went off to college, 12 blocks away at Bradley. Then after college, RJ moved overseas to the other side of the river in East Peoria. That took courage, Ryan,
Thank you.
making such a big boy move. But after a couple of years, he realized he lived way too far away from home. So he decided to have a kid and move back to his parents' neighborhood and back to Stevie. Of course, RJ's parents saw him moving back to the neighborhood and decided that was the best time for them to move to Florida. Eventually, RJ felt that the 3 blocks from Stevie's was a bit too much for their tin can phones to stretch. So he moves back to the same street as Stevie, the house that, unbelievably, Kurt grew up in, that he bought from his good friend Tanner, who decided to move to Wisconsin and live like a hermit. So now RJ is back on Stevie's street, a mere 4 houses away and perpetually available for Celtics games. And don't worry, even RJ's parents had a happy ending, moving back after several years to live a full 1.5 blocks away from RJ today. Stevie, what's the funniest thing you can remember about RJ as a kid?
Oh boy.
Well, I got 1,000 of them. But yeah, so he was probably 5 when I moved in, and I still live in that same house. So 35 years, let's say.
Wow.
And then I remember both of you. You moved in, of course, playing wiffle ball a lot. But the one that sticks out is this was a few years in. You guys were a little bit older, and one day you two, Pete and Juice, rolled up the driveway with your digital pagers. You were so proud of yourselves. You had digital pagers, and I'm like, what in the hell? Who has pagers? So, that seemed old at that time because I was techie, so I had a cell phone in my pocket. It was a Snicker phone.
This was 99.
Was it?
Yeah. 98 or 99.
Yeah.
Had to have been 98 or 99.
Okay.
Well, anyway, you had the pagers, and you were so proud of yourself, just giggling up a storm. And finally, you went down in the basement because get away from the old people, right? And I don't know who it was. It was like Finnegan or somebody said, "Well, they're playing drug dealer or something like that." I'm like, no, they're probably laying book. And now here we are 35 years later. I'm still hanging out with the neighbor kids. And I don't know why you had the pagers, but I'm still pretty sure it was laying book.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
We had the pagers because we were always on the go.
Yeah.
And our parents wouldn't let us have cell phones.
And Kmart was going out of business.
Right.
And Kmart was going out of business. So we showed up and they gave us...
Did you ever page them?
Yeah, I paged them 8008. 5. 80085.
Was awesome. What a time to be alive.
I used my pager frequently with my then girlfriend at the time.
Mm.
Yeah. And eventually we got married. So apparently pagers are valuable.
Also paged you 80085.
No, I paged her that.
So, okay. I don't think that's how pagers worked.
She didn't have a pager.
LOL.
Well, that's a great story. And I actually definitely remember the purchase of our pagers being extremely hilarious to us at the time. Like we were in on that joke, for the record, that you and Finnegan were making.
Yeah. My mother was not.
For 2 weeks after I had that pager, I wore it around without it being activated. And then finally I got it activated once I got money and figured out how to do it. All right. So you've planned and taken part in a good number of our shenanigans, Stevie, over the years. You're responsible for the annual Celtics road trip we take each year. And every Bears Sunday in bad weather or by 5 p.m., we can count on an appearance from you on your bike built for a giant. However, you've come across a brand new scheme for fun that I would love for you to tell us more about.
Well, we just kind of accidentally did it. Juice was going back to Vegas. The kids and wife were out of town.
Yeah.
Wanted to get your Caesars card, which you had already signed up for.
Right. I wanted the actual card.
Yes.
Like a weirdo.
You don't got to make excuses. I will go to the casino. Anyway, we drove over to the Quad Cities and we go to the aisle and I had Googled it. Oh my gosh, they got $5 tables. Kill them.
We're going to kill him.
Kill him.
So, we gambled. And of course, I know I lost. You did pretty well on blackjack.
I did, yeah.
And then we went to another one. But come back. That was fun. We should do that every now and then.
So you signed up for
signed up.
So you went in and you were just regular casino. Let me get one of your cards.
And somehow did not have a Caesars card.
Yeah.
Okay.
You would think being in Vegas 15 times that I would have, but I think I always avoided Caesars.
Yeah.
Like they've always had the most non-friendly rules.
Sure.
Not that they were 6-5 back in the 80s, but so I just never did the Caesars thing. I never really cared for it. So I didn't have it anyway. So signed up for it and got back and started getting these offers.
Yeah. We gambled for hours.
I guess.
Yeah,
And
3-4 hours.
compared to other people there, we were gambling for hours.
Yeah, right.
It's nothing for me to stand in a casino for 3 or 4 hours.
At a $5 table.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
particularly.
Yeah. I mean, so were you gambling a lower amount than you would at the boat for the audience?
I was.
Yeah.
For the Jamblers, the
Yeah.
boat, Paradise.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was mostly playing 22 inside, you know.
Yeah. Fun.
But it's a different game because you can't just add a unit.
Right.
Everything's a real press. So then you kind of got to wrap your head around it. Am I going to do it every other time? What do I start with? Do I same bet or do I press? Yeah. Anyway,
So
you still lose. It's just half as much.
Right. I want to go play their $5 tables.
It's so much fun. And that night they were so mad at this one guy, and I was kind of mad at him too. I roll up there. I wanted to get on the crab's tail, and it was kind of full. And it was finally I go over there, and there's a chair there. And there had been a woman sitting in this chair, and she was gone. And I just kicked the chair out of the way. She was gone. And the guy's like, "Oh no, that's my." I'm like, yeah, well, I'm gonna play right here. It was his wife. She was just watching.
right. She's just watching at a $5 table.
Yeah, this same guy kept throwing the goofiest bets. He'd throw down like $3 and go high low. And the dealers would be like, "That's not a bet, sir." So they were getting mad at him. It was fun. And then there was the guy with his arm in a sling that thought he could control the dice. And
Sure it wasn't me.
no. So I don't know. Maybe we were the only non-annoying people there that night. So they're like, "Let's get that guy back here."
Yeah. Right.
So this month I can go every week and get 3-night stay at the hotel.
Okay. So you get home and you get this offer mailed to you,
Yeah.
and you don't get anything mailed to
Nothing.
you. Nothing.
Yeah.
RJ gets nothing mailed to him. So they mail you an offer, and included in the offer, what are the details?
Every week I have a code that I can call, and she will set me up with 3-night stay if I want. I've used one. I just go one night. And then weeknights, I get $60 in chips. Weekends, I get $60 in chips. So if I go Friday night, it's $60. Saturday morning, I get $60.
Come home.
Come home.
Can
Or
you
I
get
go-
it at midnight?
Yeah, I didn't ask that.
Interesting question. Yeah.
Okay.
I did Sunday night and then Monday morning.
Get there Sunday night.
Mhm.
You gamble. You've got a hotel room.
Yep.
Stay overnight. They're putting you up for free. They gave you $60 to gamble with. Monday morning, you get up, you go back down to the cashier, you collect $60 more, and you just like later, or do you gamble it?
They give you special chips. They're non-negotiable, so you have to gamble them.
Okay.
But it doesn't take long to gamble $60.
Right. So you
Right.
work in that.
Just work it through. And it's funny, you know, you bet one of their goofy little blue chips, and if you win, they take it away and give you 2 reds. So it's not like that one.
Yeah.
Like they convert them pretty quick.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's not like the shenanigans at
Got to match it.
where was that? El Cortez, right? Where they gave the match,
Yeah.
the big tokens.
You
It's
got to
not
put
like that.
real money on top of it. It's
Yeah.
not like
It's
that.
not like that.
So
It's just
you don't
free-
have to bet
it's just
anything
free
other
play.
than that $60.
The trick, if anybody's going to do this, the trick is the cage is like, quarters okay? I'm like, yeah, sure. They'll change them out there, won't they? No. Okay, give me nickels. Right? It's $5 tables. Don't give me quarters. I'm going to
Right.
blow those in 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Yeah.
So
Pretty neat for
That's
like just
very neat.
gambling for a couple hours one night.
I don't know why I'm not there tonight.
So
You're
I,
here with us because it's not a Friday to Saturday or a Sunday to Monday. Don't
Please
you need to
forward
be
my
one of
mail.
those?
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you have to gamble the first 60 before you get the second 60?
No, I get 60 Monday through Friday.
Okay.
I get 60 Saturday, Sunday.
I guess what you're asking is put it in
Yeah.
your pocket and bring it home.
Well, put it in your pocket and save it for the next $60, so you have 120,
Oh, in the morning
right?
session.
In the morning session. So now you have
Yeah.
Who knows?
I mean, I took cash with me.
okay.
Yeah. But it's hilarious. It's hilarious thinking about how we're going to get over on them. in this
Well,
scenario.
I'm just thinking, like, do you save it for one max, like huge
Yeah.
roll? You know what I mean?
No.
Like huge
$120
buy-in,
yo.
Or you split it. Yeah.
The
You
crap-
never do that.
The craps box man told me that the best way to handle these trips is to go over to the Ultimate Texas Hold'em table.
Right.
'Cause that's your best value because it didn't have to be 1-to-1. We've had some promos before where you had
Yeah.
to bet them 1-to-1, and it wasn't that. You can bet on anything. So he's like, go win a jackpot with these.
Yeah. Go get a royal flush or whatever. Yeah.
And I did think when I was like at home, I think we were talking about it, and I thought, well, maybe you play the goofy blackjack side bets with those chips.
Yeah, so you bet your hand with cash and play the promo chips on
Okay.
the crazy stuff.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hit a couple. That'd be neat.
That would be neat. So, I
Next
got
time.
options. I'm going back.
Or play the 4 and 10.
Oh. So you bet the inside.
Yep. You
And
bet
you-
the inside with your cash.
Blue chip bet the outside.
4
I
and
could do
10
that.
with the freeze.
That's also practical.
Okay. So over your 2-day session where you received $120 in free play, did you walk away up?
Oh, I didn't know we were telling those kind of stuff. No,
We don't need to talk specifics.
no, I not only lost that 120, I lost a little more.
Oh, yeah.
but you got more entertainment for those dollars lost.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, and it was like free drinks to 4 to 8.
Yeah, so you got some drinks, you got some food. Like, what the hell?
Yes.
Why are you there? Not there tonight, like you said.
Yeah. And the only problem is Sunday night, it's ghost town in there. There were more people working the tables than playing the tables.
That's wild. Yeah. Were you the only guy at the craps table?
For a long time.
Yeah.
And then people walk up, they'd play like 3-4 rolls and then they're gone.
Yeah.
Like, I'm back to shooting every time. I'm a place better. I'd rather not shoot.
Right.
So why don't you walk away then and there's a whole casino of games.
Yeah, so I go play blackjack.
That's what you were doing.
Yeah.
And then just kind of keep
I spent a lot of time at the $5 blackjack table. I had this really good dealer, Ton, and he didn't speak a whole lot of English, but he was funny.
Yeah, that's good.
Like, he's a funny dealer.
Yeah.
He knew all the dealer tricks, everybody's counting on him to bust, and he'll throw the card over and he'll throw the one on top. It's a 10 and he did bust, but he'll throw it on top of his up card and go, 17, you all lose. All those dealer funny gags, he had them down. His timing was good. Ton. Shout out to Ton.
Shout out Ton.
At the Isle.
The Isle. Not a bad casino, though. I mean, it's pretty fun.
Yes.
I mean, it's not.
They got
like
bubble
you-
craps. They got electronic roulette.
And look, it's also pretty neat that they're putting you up overnight for free.
That's all.
And
while
not a bad
you
room.
Do this.
Not a bad room.
So let me ask you this: what would you compare it to? Are we talking like a Red Roof Inn quality, Hampton Inn, Hilton? What are we thinking?
It's definitely between those. It was a nice room. It did not have a safe. I thought that was odd.
Oh, that is very strange.
Yeah.
That a casino hotel would not have a safe. Maybe it was just my room, and maybe I didn't look hard enough, but I did not have a safe. But it was, a nice bathroom with glass wall shower door and
Yeah,
a big screen TV, and there was no balcony or anything.
sure. But
So-
it wasn't like weird and dirty and
No.
old. Yeah.
And I read the reviews, and a lot of them were, everybody's rude and this is awful, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
And they had a smoking room.
Oh, wow.
How weird is that? You want smoking or not? I'm like, yeah, I want to smoke my brains out. Can I say that on podcast?
You can. No, yeah. That's all right. No shame. You are who you are.
Oh, that's great.
Okay. So you're getting to take advantage of this throughout the month of December, correct?
Yes.
How many trips are you going to be able to make during this month?
Well, I've got 2 more planned,
2 more planned?
and then the rest is weather dependent.
Weather dependent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we mentioned, owner
Yeah.
of the Washerama, is that what the weather is depending on?
Yeah.
Word.
So if Monday it's supposed to rain, I'm going Sunday night. If Saturday it's supposed to rain, I'm probably going Friday night.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
I like it. I like it.
And honestly, that's better than I get here at Boyd.
Do we get anything when we signed up at
Boyd gives me $5 for weekdays, $5 on the weekends. And if I don't go on the weekdays, I get 2 slips to turn in, but it's $5 a piece. And then this month, the little flyer they sent me said I get $10 each for $10 weekdays, $10 weekends. And I go and I bleep bloop on the thing, and it prints out $5 certificates. So it's kind of a bait and switch.
Yeah, it stinks.
There's another casino there, right? What's the other one right across from it?
So there's a Bally's on the Illinois side, and then there's Rhythm City.
Rhythm City.
Rhythm City. Yeah.
Are you in any if you have any downtime, are you going to go check out any promos, see what those casinos are offering?
I didn't sign up at Bally's because we got there late.
Yeah, that was already closed.
But yeah, once these run out,
Okay, there. Yeah.
And just do them all.
yeah.
Right.
But I don't know what they're affiliated with. I mean, Bally's, obviously.
Yeah.
Did you know you were getting this promo for him, or was it from him, or was
totally
it a surprise?
right?
I was very surprised.
Do you know after this month, are you going to get any more? Like, are they going to send you a January promo offer?
I don't know.
See how much he loses.
But like, it didn't specifically say, "Here's a thank you for being a new user" or something like that.
No, it was just a mailer I get very similar mailers from Boyd
Yeah.
for Paradise.
Yeah.
But these were just way better deals. It's no different than I get from One Rewards, so Circa Properties in Vegas. I get mailers from them. It's very similar.
They offer you free rooms?
Let's dive into
yes.
that.
One Rewards?
That's one of the topics. I've gotten those.
Yes.
We've all got, like when I came back from Vegas,
Yeah.
I got offered 2 nights at the D or 3 nights at Golden Gate with both a food and beverage credit and a gaming credit around $100 each.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was your offer?
Very similar to what you got.
That's awesome.
So it didn't matter because you gambled at Circa Properties way more than me. You gambled way more than me in Vegas.
Maybe it's just about signing up. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. Well, yeah, I don't know. I got
So
nothing.
This
I didn't
is
get
so
anything either.
weird.
You're on a list somewhere.
Yeah, it's like sharp advantage player.
But I mean, that's a killer deal. If the D's going to put me up for 2 nights and
It makes me so mad that I own a car wash and can't go.
Yeah, you got to get rid of that thing.
Yes, I do. So if anybody's
Anybody
looking
out
to buy
there?
a car
Yeah.
wash,
if there are any degenerate gamblers who've made too much money, want to move to Central Illinois and hang out with us, and are interested in owning a car wash, let Stevie know.
Yeah,
you can
right.
find him on YouTube at www.cars.com. I'm going to start calling you cars.com.
how long do you think I'd last in Vegas with $500,000?
Oh, I mean,
I own that place outright. I sell it.
that's the plan, right? I mean,
Yeah.
right, eventually they're just like, oh.
I'm just going to bounce around and stay in free hotel rooms.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, are you recontemplating Florida?
Well, I'll make it there eventually.
They got crabs now.
For the entirety of my adult life knowing you, it was Florida.
Yeah, I definitely want to do Florida, but I'm going to make a lot of day trips
Yeah.
to Vegas. I found out, when we were bugging Kenny, I was bugging Kenny to go when we all went last time to Vegas. And he could fly from Orlando, and it's just an hour away from Daytona. He could fly there for $60.
Unbelievable, right?
And he didn't come. Kenny?
Yeah, Kenny, if you're listening.
$60, and he probably could have gone and come back.
Yeah.
Like he probably could have came and met us for lunch.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the lesson to be learned here is we got to hit them all.
Like
and not
you're-
necessarily one right after the other, because
Right.
then you're overloaded with them. Once
Right.
this one runs out, we're going somewhere else.
Yeah.
I find it weird that in some circumstances you're getting really nice promo offers, and for some of us, then you're just getting nothing.
Yeah, it's strange.
Like, that's crazy to me.
But he probably had a Caesars card 15 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure I did.
So he's not new.
Right.
Either that or they still think he lives in Ed's old house.
Oh, they
not in his
definitely
house.
they definitely think that. and
what
I can't
about
get it
the
changed.
one? What about the Circa promo?
Yeah, well, I was already,
Did you get it when you first
yeah,
signed
of
up?
course.
Did you get a promo from him after
Oh,
that
I
trip?
don't know, probably.
Okay, so you're not even giving us good info.
Yeah,
All right.
who knows? It was 5 years ago.
All right.
I was an
Stevie.
amateur gambler then.
Well, that's the problem. You sign up for the card and you don't gamble, you're
Yeah,
blowing
you're
it.
done.
Yeah, we be ready.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that sit down at a blackjack table and they're like, "Oh, sir, do you have a card?" No. Well, you want to sign up? No. I get it.
Yeah.
They're just popping in and out. They don't want to blow that opportunity.
Can we take a quick moment to give some recognition to our guy, Derek Stevens?
Absolutely.
Yeah. He followed me last week on Twitter.
That's fantastic. That man
Impressive.
gets it.
I'm
Yeah.
excited. Yeah.
I have never, ever had a better experience than I have in his casino. I've won a lot more money elsewhere.
Sure.
JuJu.
A lot more in other ones. Can we say that? But that night,
I think we got the title of the episode is going to be, can I say that?
that night you guys went down to Ellis and I
Yeah.
stayed.
Yeah.
I got back and Google follows me, and they're like, "Hey, you want to review your trip?" And I did. I was there for 7 hours. And I didn't stop to eat.
Jeez.
We walked back in and I'm like, hey, buddy, wellness check. You still here?
That was the first time. And then you went to Ellis.
Oh, my God.
I had such a good time.
Personal preference right now, blackjack or craps.
I love them both.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got back into blackjack. I was so over blackjack for 15 years.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
I'm glad I got back into it. I completely feel comfortable. I know, just ask me what to play and I will tell you.
Yeah.
I got my basic strategy back. I'm so tempted to count, but I ain't gonna because that's what ruined it for me.
Yeah.
Counting blackjack ruins the fun because you're there doing business. So AP players, knock yourselves out. It's not for me. I'm there for the entertainment.
Yep.
All right, I got one more topic. We're going to do real quick with Stevie here while we got him. Stevie,
Yes.
I want each of us to
Oh
give
my
you
gosh.
our best Ed impersonation. And I want you to tell us which of us does
And I judge?
the best Ed.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, this is good.
We're gonna start
This is
with
good
Kurt.
content.
Now, do I judge you on different
Whatever you
criteria?
Whatever,
Yeah.
whatever they say. If you guys want to talk for a minute and like get into it, if you don't, fine. I want to hear your best. Oh, and for the record, Ed JuJu, that was Ryan's dad that we mentioned in the at the start of the show, who's been good friends with Stevie his whole adult life.
Yeah,
so
35 years.
So no one's gonna know the cadence.
He was the
and-
old man when I moved in.
and what's
He was 4
likely to
years
come
younger
out
than
of
you
his
now.
mouth. And this is what I'll say for the audience while we're waiting for Kurt to get into character here. Ed JuJu is one of the most colorful individuals you will ever hope to meet. I mean, he's lived a good full life. He's been around the block a couple times, and he is by every characteristic. You meet him once, and you will start talking like him most likely. Does that seem fair?
Is he going to hear this?
Absolutely not.
Thanks.
He doesn't know how to listen to podcasts. Are you kidding me?
I suggested they listen to at least one episode on their 14-hour drive to Florida, and they did not.
Well, that's good. The last thing I ever want Ed to feel like is that we're making fun of him.
Oh, sure.
I don't think.
We are,
Well,
but I don't want him to feel bad about it.
I don't think our podcast airs at the Hillside Tavern.
Okay.
All right.
Shout out
Kurt,
Hillside.
give us your Ed Jeffrey impersonation.
Well, I'm totally torn on what to do here.
Yeah, right.
'Cause, like,
You got
there's
a couple good ones.
I got a couple good ones.
Go both.
But, I mean, I can't get over the fuck you!
That was a B, I think.
That was a B.
That was a B.
That was a B.
Yeah.
So,
Give us the other one, too.
well, the other one is going to the city. Got you on my mind. Country show is pretty. I leave it all behind. Cause I'm a fool for the city.
Oh, man, that was good.
That is pretty good.
Yeah.
That is pretty good. Now, it's not necessarily fair for you getting to go last
Sure,
here because
yeah.
you are his son. So let's hear yours, Ryan.
Right. And I got to be saying, I was really thinking you're going to just go, hey, Ryan.
I thought he was gonna do it.
Oh, did I spoil it?
I think he's still going to do it.
Oh, okay. All right. Let me try to get into character here. Just let me set the stage. Imagine it's 15 years ago and a early 20s-year-old person asks me if I'll be his Facebook friend. Okay. Is you good?
Ready. I'm ready to hear
All
it.
right.
I tell you what, I'm gonna call Facebook and I'm gonna say, meet me in the Walgreens parking lot and I'm bringing my 44 Maggie.
That's pretty good.
I was either there or you've done that impersonation 100 times.
Wait, can you do?
Maybe
Wait,
both.
can you do the Uber?
Okay, yeah. I was thinking I did.
That one's way better.
I ain't getting in no Uber.
Okay, it's going to be really hard to beat that.
It is gonna be good.
Shoot, I wish I went second.
Patreon.
All right. Are you ready, Stevie?
Yeah, for the 14 people still left listening. Let's hear yours.
All right. Hey, Ryan's friend. Come here. You want to hear a joke? The women aren't around. Donner and Blitzen are in a field. And they look across the field and they see Rudolph. Rudolph's crying. So Donner says to Blitzen, why's Rudolph crying? Blitzen says to Donner, don't you know? Rudolph's wife flew off to Vegas and blew $50.
Oh, definitely for the Patreon.
That's it. That's the whole thing. I don't think Kurt got it yet.
I didn't get it at all.
Milwaukee Bucks.
Do you know what a buck is?
Yeah.
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 She's a deer.
Um,
Okay.
For the record, that happened on Sunday.
I believe it. It's topical. Tis the season.
that was this Sunday's joke.
I guess. Huh?
All
man.
right, Stevie. Who did it best?
Well, obviously Ryan.
Oh
my
He
God.
had to live with the
Yeah.
guy. He had to live with the guy.
So I can't do the voice like
Yeah,
him.
I
He
can't,
actually
yeah.
does his dad.
It's genetic.
Right. Got the same vocal cords.
No. No.
That's my head. That's my head.
No. Hey, Ryan. Yeah,
Can you
that's
sing
mine.
"Foolin' for the City"?
Hey, Ryan's friend.
Hey, Ryan's friend, come here.
And if somebody shows this to you or makes you listen to it, I'm sorry, man. We love you.
All right, Jolly St. Vic, we're going to jump into this next real quick.
Cool.
You were treated to 3 weeks of the DraftKings VIP experience.
Sure was.
Here we go.
First question, is your DK account up after 3 weeks?
Yes.
That's awesome. All right. Kurt, tell us about the general experience from your perspective.
So I was given DraftKings VIP for 3 weeks, and what happened is they sent me an offer. Give a trial for DraftKings VIP. If you deposit up to $10,000, we'll give you X amount in free bets, right?
Awesome.
So I deposited $3,000, accepted the offer, and received $900 in free bets,
That's fantastic.
which was awesome. They then started like a 3-week offer period for me where every week I got an offer. Every Thursday I got a new offer. So the very first week, I was offered a $100 free bet for every $1,000 I wagered on the site.
Coin in. That's cool.
Yeah. It was cool, but if you are playing the numbers like we do,
Mm-hmm.
right? You can't just fire everything on DraftKings just for a $100 free bet because
Yeah.
you're going to be playing lines that aren't advantageous for you.
Yeah, but you
You know.
got a week to do it.
Yeah, you got a week to do it.
Yeah.
Actually, 4 days. You got 4 days.
Okay.
It's Thursday to Sunday, so it's for the NFL weekend.
So you did it.
Yeah, I made it to 1,000.
Yeah.
And you did it without having to stretch yourself or gamble anything other than what you would have anyways on DraftKings, right?
Yeah, no, I just played.
All right. So if
I
I'm
took the best lines of
Yeah.
what I was going to play for those
Anyway,
4 days.
You played it straight.
and got it over 1,000.
You
yeah.
played it how we would have anyway.
So you're up to $1,000 in free bets now.
So
Right?
now I got $1,000 in free bets.
That's awesome.
Okay. Week 2, they give me a $100 in free bets for every $250 in SGPs.
Ugh.
Now, yeah, I remember I said it out in the text thread, and I said, "You guys, this is probably bad for everybody, but
Yeah.
for me, it's right up my alley." So I made 5 $50. They only had to be 2 legs,
Oh, okay.
and they had to be like a minus 200 total.
Oh, so you just picked the
Right.
yeah, okay.
So I ended up making them, all minus 110s, and I went 3 and 2.
Yeah. Got your free play.
Got my free $100.
Okay, so you're up to 1,100.
So now I'm up to 1,100. And then the third final week, I was given 15% cash back on losses, up to
Oh.
$500 cash back.
Wow. That's kind of neat.
I didn't get
Each.
anything.
No, it's
didn't
on your
lose?
'Cause I didn't
net
lose.
losses, not
Oh,
on any.
not
Yeah,
every
it's on
individual
net
loss.
losses. Yeah.
So you were up and didn't get
I
anything.
didn't get
Well,
anything.
congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
That's
still
much
a
better
win.
than getting money back on loss.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right. So what's the verdict here?
So the verdict is, and I think I made a mistypo here. So I ended up getting 12. Was it 1,200?
I counted 11.
1,100. I got $1,100 in free bets, and I cashed out 11,1680
Oh, on those free bets?
on those free bets.
So you got $1,000 for free.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, and I did it with crazy.
That's incredible.
So I did it with Crazy Ninja Mike.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Use the calculator to
Use the calculator. Most of everything that I got was 90% or better.
Yeah. Wow.
And I learned a little trick on there for Crazy Ninja Mike.
Yep.
If you wait till halftime on a lot of games and there's a live tab,
Oh.
you hit the live tab, I caught a 148% conversion rate,
God.
a 136 conversion rate, and a 118%
Yeah.
conversion rate. So that's how I got from 1,100 to 11,1680.
Gotcha.
So I got over 100% because I found those. When I first made my first couple bets, I was just using the regular,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
I was getting like, an 87%, 85%.
Which is still great.
Right. Maybe got lucky and got a 92%, but I'm like, what's this live button do? And all of a sudden it's like boom, boom, second half lines or whatever. And it's like I get 148% on one. So I was hopping all over it.
That's fantastic.
It was like a plus 145 and a plus 120 or
Yeah.
something like that.
So back in the day, we would get our pencils out and try to noodle the math on this for days
Yeah.
to convert these
I was
free bets.
going
right?
to ask him,
Yeah.
did you ever just play both sides of some of those free bets to convert them to cash?
That's what he's talking
That's what
about.
I'm doing. That's what
That
I
is
did.
what you're
yeah,
They're
yeah.
finding ways to convert it for more than even the full value of the free bet.
Oh.
So we were doing it just to we were getting the pencil out and doing 110s and just figuring
I was
out.
so proud of myself
Yeah.
that one time where I moved the line on one.
Yeah, right.
Right? Oh, no, I get paid either way.
So we got a little more sophisticated now. We found some tools on the internet that will help you do the math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was a good promo. Was it like mind blowing? Because not really. Because I didn't get anything that you guys didn't get other than those 3.
Other than $1,000.
I don't understand. What's not mind blowing
Yeah.
about getting $1,000?
What do you think they're going to do? Come pick you up in an
Because-
airplane?
No, but that's a one time thing, right?
Right.
So like I was looking for more of like, okay, so once I'm in VIP, what are the perks other than that?
So are you in VIP now or is it over?
Well, I'll find out tomorrow.
Oh,
It
wow,
resets every
man.
Thursday.
I'm on pins and needles. Has your host talked to you since you signed up?
No,
Yeah.
hasn't.
You haven't reached out to them?
No, I didn't. I
Yeah.
sent him a message like, "Hey, I want to join," and they never got back to me. So
Gotcha.
we'll see how that goes.
Is this something you can pay to be VIP?
No, you can't pay.
Have to be invited.
Yeah. So what happens is so there's tiers, right, for points that you get for DraftKings, and 90,000 points get you VIP.
Did you hit that? Is that why you got
No,
it? No,
I'm at 20,000.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm not even close.
Right.
So they're not going to ask me to be VIP.
So they don't
I
have they don't have enough. They thought open
She
it up
said
some.
that when it started or here at the end she said that?
when
Gabby.
it started. When it
When
started.
it started?
Yeah.
So she
Yeah.
didn't explain why you were getting it
She
at
didn't-
20,000?
No, nobody told me.
That's hilarious.
No, they're just like they sent me a message like we picked you out and we thought you'd be interested in joining VIP,
Well, hell yeah.
and I'm like, hell yeah.
Well, on your way out the door, hey, my buddies kind of wanted to.
Yeah, we said that on day one.
yeah.
Dude, we asked.
could
I made
use
him
$1,000
email. I made him email Gabby and ask if we could interview Gabby.
Yeah.
Great
Is
idea.
Gabby a guy or a girl?
Girl,
Super
it was,
secret.
it was
yeah.
a no go.
Super secret
No.
stuff.
Can't talk
Yeah.
about that stuff.
I won't do that. All right. Well, let us know. Keep us updated on if you get to continue being VIP,
hmm
and you really need to change your outlook on life, given the
Yeah,
fact that you made
geez.
$1,000 in 3 weeks.
Not to mention you won.
I don't
Yeah,
understand.
I get it. I was looking for like, hey, instead of giving you $5 maxes on your promos, how about
Yeah.
$50 or
Right.
$100?
Did you ask?
No.
Why not? Why didn't you ask? Hey, I'm VIP. What can you do for me on my free bet limits?
Can I get some hot dogs?
Yeah, what do you do for me on the standard promos? Why you guys got me limited all the way down, and you're telling me I'm a VIP?
I'll shoot him a message.
You-
Shoot him a message.
Shoot him a message right now.
I would be talking to this
No.
person every day.
Don't stay off your phone.
I know you would be talking to him every
Yeah.
day.
Hey, what'd you have for breakfast,
Hey,
Gabby?
Gabs.
Hey, Gabs.
No.
Hey, Gabs. Hey, I noticed this $5 max on this thing, and I'd really like to bet like $150. Can you make that happen, Gabs?
Gabrielle.
Anyone watching the bookie?
Not yet. Is it good?
Well, it's about a bookie, so I recommend everyone who listens to this podcast watch it.
Yeah. So I'm getting through Obliterated. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's also takes place in Las Vegas. End of the world stuff. Kind of. I don't know. It's part Weekend at Bernie's, part James Bond, part The Hangover.
Are there robots?
Probably.
I mean, someone dies in every episode of Bookie, and
Yeah.
no one cares. Like, you just move on,
Huh.
right? So it's kind of that style of they're so bad, you're just supposed to not care.
Oh, the people are dying because they're bad guys.
Well, I mean, they've each murdered someone, the two main characters in the first couple episodes, and no one has even cared
All right.
in the moment since they did it. So,
Well, I'll give that a go next.
yeah, you should check it out. All right. This is where if we had a music cut in our episodes, we would do it.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
We're moving over to teasing season. Stevie doesn't look like he has any idea what we're even talking about.
I'm gonna
You're
need,
gonna
You
I'm
gonna
need
find
some
out.
notes. I'm gonna
Should
need
I,
some
go
notes.
outside, should I go outside and smoke?
no. If you wanted to, you
Go
could. But
smoke your brains out.
I think you should listen and learn about teasing. All right. I've been keeping this in my back pocket, but I've been testing out NFL teasers this season. If there's potential to profitably gamble on sides and not dumb player props in the NFL, count me in. Count me in. As a result, I've tried to play one teaser per week most of this season. Dumb October, I forgot.
Oh,
But I've done one teaser in 8 different weeks this year.
wow.
RJ, my good friend here, is going to break down what the teaser is and how it works. But first, I just want to put a couple data points out there. Of my 8 weeks, I went 4-4 on teasers. However, I went 4-1 on Wong Teasers.
Uh-huh.
None of my 8 teasers would have qualified based on RJ's strict teaser criteria. But here's a teaser about teasers. There may be one teaser that qualifies this week.
Oh.
But before we talk through all that, RJ, what is a teaser?
What is a teaser? All right, so basically, you're betting a parlay on 2 or more teams, but changing the spread a certain amount, commonly 6 points, in your favor for both teams. Obviously, this greatly reduces the payout.
Okay. So, Kurt, we were talking about this before the episode aired, and we were talking last week using that calculator tool that Kurt was talking about. He was given the example of the value of moving from a 2.5 to a 3.
Yeah.
And it was worth like 25 points.
Right.
And then so tonight
Blips.
we were talking and I was like, no, that tool is actually the perfect illustration for why it's so important to tease through key numbers and not just tease through anything.
Yep.
And so we went through the exercise of, okay, if I'm sitting on a teaser that's a 2.5, well, what's the value of moving from an 8.5 to a 9 versus from a 2.5 to a 3? And it's like 25 points from the 2.5 to the 3. And it was like
11.
No, that was on the full point move. It was like a 3-point
Oh, yeah.
total movement
Yeah.
from an 8.5 to a 9.
Yeah.
So, real quick, why is this so important here to all this? Because I went 0-3 just playing any straight teasers, but I went 4-1 on one specific teaser.
Which is still
Well,
an anomaly, but yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, small sample size. I know it doesn't mean anything. I know it's not relevant. I get all of that. But I'm feeling these Wong teasers right now.
Wong teaser.
So why don't you tell me about the strategy that might work, the Wong teaser strategy?
All right, so we went through the exercise of asking ChatGPT what a Wong teaser is, right? Okay, so I'm going to read what it said. A Wong teaser is a special type of teaser strategy popularized by Stanford Wong.
Nope. Start over. I want to hear AI voice talking while you do this.
Wong teaser.
It's more like this.
It's more like this. All right. So I'm obviously not going to do that. That's more your gag. But I will read the entire statement like I said I would. So a Wong teaser is a special type of teaser strategy popularized by Stanford Wong. It involves teasing underdogs of about 6 to 7 points and favorites of 1 to 2 points. Key aspect of a Wong teaser is that it crosses key numbers in football such as 3 and 7, making it statistically more likely for the bet to be successful, as you have proved out, right?
What do you think of that, Kurt?
I get it now.
Oh, okay.
I get it.
He was struggling earlier.
Oh,
I was, because I was like, well, why? Well, why can't
What's
I do
the difference?
Well, it's like, why can't
3.5 to 9.5.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I was like, if I'm doing plus 3.5, I can go through the 7 and I can go through the 9 and get 9.5.
So
But it doesn't. But we looked it up on the calculator and found out that the 9,
Aha.
the 9.5 is not as important.
No, it's the 8.5 to the 9.5 was worth 11
Yes.
points on the calculator.
Yes.
The 2.5 to the 3.5 was worth 30 points.
Yeah. And it's because those are key numbers, which are the most likely for the game to land on.
Right.
And that's why the mathematics is involved there. All right. I just thought this was funny. The second statement out of the ChatGPT. It's important to know that while the Wong teaser strategy has gained popularity, there is no foolproof betting strategy, and success in sports betting involves a combination of skill, research, and an understanding of the market. Additionally, odds and rules may vary, so it's essential to be familiar with the specific terms and conditions of the sports book you are using.
Why would that be important?
Interesting.
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT is smarter than the average gambler.
Yeah. So basically, you got to do them on DraftKings in Illinois
Yep.
because they're the only ones that offer minus 120.
Minus 120.
And some of them even, I think, they void your bet when you push a leg,
That's awful.
which stinks.
So the key aspects of the initial strategy is simply taking a 1.5, 2.5, or 1.5, 2, or 2.5 point dog and making them a 7.5, 8, or 8.5 point dog.
Bingo.
Or taking a 7.5, 8, or 8.5 point favorite and making them a 1.5, 2, or 2 point favorite.
Yep.
Then, supposedly, over the life of it, you've got something that comes out about even or not.
Right. So I grabbed this stat off of SGPN from preseason this year, but stated a 76% rate if you go through the 3 and the 7 on a 6-point teaser compared to a 63% hit rate for everybody else or everybody that you would tease, right?
Wow.
And that was like a 5-10 year historical look, which is like, oh, great. Well, let's just do that and get rich, right? But unfortunately, you have to hit 73.85 on each leg to break even at minus 120.
Okay.
So you still got a pretty small margin of error.
Okay. That's not bad.
Sure.
Like that's 2% edge.
Yeah.
So what
All
are
things considered.
what are we, but there's limitations. So what are we focusing on?
So, all right, here's like the basic rules. 2 teams, 6-point teasers, right? Only play the favorites of minus 7.5 to minus 8.5, like you stated, or the underdogs from plus 1.5 to plus 2.5. Only play games with a total of 49 or less,
because smaller totals lead to less variance, right?
The points become more valuable the less the total of the entire game.
Right.
And then if you only play road teams, it increases the hit rate historically 3 to 4% as well. Now, the theory is that's because Vegas bakes in the old 3 points for the home team, which is mathematically inaccurate. But also to note, this year, the bet on the road team is doing worse ever than it has. So
do I no longer need to consider only division games, as you had mentioned to me on Sunday?
So that was kind of just my little kicker on that, because divisional road dogs are notoriously better at covering the spread. So implying they would be better at covering a teaser spread. But I didn't find any articles saying that. I didn't make that up in my head. So I do want to point out one thing here. Stanford Wong wrote up this strategy at a time where teasers typically played plus 100. And now you're lucky to get minus 120, right? So,
and they moved it from plus 100 to minus 120 because it was kicking their
it's
ass,
exploitable.
right? Yeah.
And you can barely find 120 now, as we mentioned.
Yes, one book has it still. All right. So I don't know. I hope it helps you have fun betting on NFL, which I know is a challenging thing to do. I looked at my lifetime results and they were not good. I suspect it was a combination of me not following the rules we've outlined and having fun and including totals and whatever else I felt like, right? But I would encourage you to keep on this exercise.
My small sample indicates that Wong Teasers are unbeatable.
We're all going to get rich.
Yeah. All right, everybody. That's going to do it for us. Good juju to your bets, and we'll talk next week.